What is up, you guys? Gold Pony here today in the 2018 Honda CR-V, courtesy of Apple Honda in York, PA. And so today it is below freezing outside here in Pennsylvania. Just started snowing, and it's days like this where you want to consider a nice all-wheel drive vehicle like the CR-V. So as always, you guys, let's start with pricing. So to start, there are several different trim levels for the 2018 CR-V. First one being the LX, that is going to start at $24,150. Then there will be the EX for $26,950, the EXL for $29,450, and lastly the Touring, which is the one I am in today, that is going to start at $32,650. And by the way, that was pricing for the front-wheel drive versions. To add all-wheel drive, you will simply add $1,400 to any of those prices. But so then, when it comes to the power plant, there are two different engine setups available. First one is a 2.4-liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder engine, putting out 184 horsepower at 6,400 RPM and 180 pound-feet of torque available at 3,900 RPM. Power, again, is going to be sent to the front wheels or all four wheels through the all-wheel drive system through a CVT transmission with sport mode. And if you were interested, MPGs on that one come in at 26 city, 32 on the highway for the front-wheel drive, 25 city, 31 on the highway for the all-wheel drive, and this one does take regular unleaded fuel. Very nice. But so then the other engine setup, the one I have today, is going to be a 1.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine, putting out 190 horsepower at 5,600 RPM and 179 pound-feet of torque, available at 2,000 RPM. Power on that one, again, sent to the front wheels or all wheels through a CVT transmission with sport mode, and MPGs, 28 in city, 34 in the highway for the front-wheel drive, and 27 city, 33 highway for the all-wheel drive. And of course, all 2018 CR-Vs will give you that Eco Assist system, which is going to limit your throttle response and also give you better climate control efficiency. So while you probably don't want to hit that button if you're about to merge onto the highway, it's definitely going to assist you with saving some MPGs. And so you guys, since it has just started snowing very hard, this is going to be the best time to do the acceleration test, of course. So let's hit the gas and see how quickly we can get the 1.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine here up to speed. Alright, actually not too bad. Nothing too exciting. It is a CR-V, but it's definitely adequate for merging onto the highway, things like that. And the turbocharged engine is, of course, going to give you better acceleration than the naturally aspirated four-cylinder as well. But so along with the acceleration, braking is equally important. Up front, there are ventilated front discs. They size up at 11.1 inches. In the back, solid rear discs. They're going to size up at 10.2 inches. As far as the braking feel goes, I just stopped at the stop sign back there. Definitely a very nice braking feel. Even in freezing temperatures, still comes to a very nice stop there. But then when it comes to the handling, up front there are McPherson struts. In the back, a multi-link double wishbone rear suspension. Ride quality is definitely pretty nice, at least nicer than my current Honda Civic, I can tell you that much. And as far as the steering wheel goes, I will say it is on the looser side, but it is an SUV, so it is as expected. And then as far as visibility goes, it is definitely not too bad. Not as great as the Subaru Forester, I guess you could say, but it is definitely on par for the segment, so no issues there. And so, but now enough of the driving dynamics, you guys. Let's check out the exterior of the 2018 Honda CR-V. And so up front, there are multi-reflector halogen headlights. They do come with the auto on and off feature if you go with the EX trim and up. And again, with that EX trim and up, you're also going to get fog lights up there as well. And if you were looking for LED headlights, they are going to come standard on the Touring trim, so that is what you are actually looking at right now. And then in between it all, there is that active grille shutter, which helps increase fuel economy and also helps heat up the engine quicker in cold weather like we have today. So it definitely works for a couple different reasons there. But then make our way to the sides. There are roof rails on the Touring, again, what you were looking at now. Rear privacy glass is going to come standard on the EX trim level and up, and there are heated body-colored power adjustable side mirrors with integrated turn signals on the EX trim and up as well. And if you did go with the LX and you were curious, you are going to get black side mirrors with black door handles on the side there too. And then looking down, when it comes to that wheel setup, LX trim level is going to give you 17-inch alloy wheels. EX trim level and up, they're all going to come with 18-inch alloy wheels. Then make your way to the back. There is a black rear spoiler with a brake light with the LX trim level. You are going to get a body colored rear spoiler again with the integrated brake light if you go with the EX trim level and up. And just below that spoiler, there is a rear window wiper for every single trim level, and just below it all, a single exhaust outlet if you go with the naturally aspirated 4-cylinder or the dual exhaust setup if you go with the Touring. So as always, you guys, here is that exhaust clip. Now, since we are around back, I first did want to mention to open that rear hatch, there actually is a button on the key fob for that, so simply press that if you like. And if you were curious, there is a power tailgate that's going to come with the EXL and Touring trim levels. Hands-free tailgate is going to come with the Touring, so if you have a bunch of groceries or whatever else in your hands, simply slide your leg under the rear bumper there, and that is going to automatically open up for you, so you don't have to put anything down. So that is definitely convenient. But once opened up, cargo capacity is going to come in at 39.2 cubic feet. With the rear seats folded down, there is a 60-40 split. Cargo capacity is going to jump up to 75.8 cubic feet. And I did want to also mention there are cargo area lights within that cargo area, and also tie-down anchors as well. Then make your way up to the rear seats. Rear legroom is going to come in at 40.4 inches. So for reference, I'm an even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I had back there. And there is a rear center armrest with cup holders for every single trim level. And you do have rear ventilation back there as well, actually. Then make your way to the front seats. That are manually adjustable seats for the LX, 12-way power adjustable driver's seat with 4-way power lumbar if you go with the EX trim and up. And by the way, you do get heated seats with that setup as well. And if you go with the EXL, of course, L meaning leather, that'll give you the leather surfaces. And that is going to come with 2-position memory settings as well. But so then anyways, to start this one, let me first start by showing you guys the key here. This is definitely a heavier duty key than I'm used to from Honda, having owned several of them in the past, but you do have your Honda logo on the one side, and when you flip it over, lock, unlock, that button to pop the rear hatch. And actually the Touring does give you that remote start as well, so simply press that down if you like. That is going to start this up on super cold days like right now, and that is going to help the CR-V warm up before you actually get inside, so definitely nice there as well. But it is all keyless entry with a push button start for the EX trim level and up, so simply put your foot on the brake and press that engine start button then. And so, but then once started up, those gauges will do a full sweep. The engine temp is going to be on the left, fuel gauge is going to be on your right, digital display is going to be front and center along with that tachometer up top there. And to adjust what is on that digital display, there are steering wheel mounted controls on the left side of the steering wheel, so simply press the info button on the steering wheel mounted controls there, so you can play around with the info button and the arrows. That's going to allow you to adjust between a bunch of different things, including how many miles you have left until you hit empty, which apparently I'm pretty close to right now, and also a bunch of other things as well. Moving on to overall interior quality, there is a sunglass holder up top there on the roof for every single trim level. Definitely nice. Dual zone climate control is going to come standard on EX trim level and up. The EXL trim level is going to add leather wrap shift knob home link control, so up to 3 different garage doors. Also an auto dimming rear view mirror. And if you go with that EX trim and up, you're also going to get a power moonroof that comes standard as well. Definitely nice there. And I gotta say, I'm a huge fan of the wood grain accents on this Touring trim level as well. So it's going to be on the doors as well as just above the glove box. Definitely a nice touch to this one. Then make our way to the tech. The LX trim level is going to give you a 5-inch LCD screen, but if you go with the EX trim level and up, you are going to get the 7-inch high-resolution touchscreen display. That is the one I would recommend. Reason being is because that is going to give you Android Auto and Apple CarPlay to start, which is extremely convenient. That is going to give you a free navigation system, besides the fact that it's going to eat up some of your data, of course, but that's going to give you a navigation system through Google Maps, which is the most reliable in my opinion, at least. Also, you can like and dislike your Pandora songs up on that screen through Android Auto, Apple CarPlay as well. You have access to a couple other apps up there too, but also with that one, Bluetooth and audio streaming. There's a couple different apps you can play around with, like a calculator up on that screen. That's pretty cool. And there's a factory navigation system available for this one if you wanted it there. And also, of course, you can check out your radio settings up there. So since I mentioned it, let's go over the sound system here. For the LX, you get 160 watts with 4 speakers. EX trim level is going to give you 180 watts with 6 speakers. EXL is going to give you, again, 180 watts, but with 8 speakers there. And lastly, the Touring is going to give you 330 watts with 9 speakers, including a subwoofer. So that's the one we have. So let's turn on the radio, see what we got playing this morning, and test out the clarity of that one. Great winter snow music, why not, right? But anyways, ton of bass on that sound system. Definitely very nice setup for this one. 330 watts, more than enough loudness, of course, for the CR-V, so definitely working very well for this one. But then last thing on that screen, when you do put this one in reverse, you do have a multi-angle rear view camera for all trim levels. Go Honda for doing that. So that is going to let you know who or what is behind you, so you don't go running anything or anyone over, which is always going to lead me into safety. And so to start, there are front, side, and side curtain airbags. In the back, there is latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children for those rear car seats. Also back there, rear child door locks. And continuing on, there is a tire pressure monitoring system as well as Honda Sensing for the EX trim level and up. Honda Sensing is going to include forward collision warning, lane departure warning, collision mitigation braking, and a road departure mitigation braking system. And so, but that is about it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. Feel free to follow me on social media at the bottom of the screen there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay gold.